right. After you first log in with the credentials that I've given you, you should have a screen that looks like this, but if not, if it's on another screen in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm using an Android phone, there's a 3-bar indicating a menu. I'm just going to tap that, and of all the things that you can choose, if it's not on the checkout screen or the keyboard screen, whichever your menu says, just tap checkout. An Apple device or a tablet of some sort ought to have similar functions and be pretty easy to navigate, even if it's not exactly like this. So once you're at the keyboard and you've got a customer in front of you and you're going through their items, let's say you enter one, there's one there for $22, so you want to put in the zeros. All right, so any kind of round numbers, you've got to enter the zeros. You've always got to have 2 digits to the right of that decimal point. So that will add that, and that goes up into the top row as current sale item number 1. And let's say we'll get something else for $5.50, and so we've got to add that as 0. And it's giving you a running total in the charge bar, and it's giving you an individualized number on the item that you're entering just above the keyboard. So we'll add that item. And we'll just do one more for $4.75. All right, and we'll add that one in. So we've got 3 items as it's shown up in the top. We can look at them and change them by pressing that current sale line up in the top, and they pop up and show you. And let's say you need to change something. The $22 item was really $24, so you somehow slipped and entered it wrong. Tap it, then tap the price, and it allows you to re-enter the new price. So let's enter $24, and then we'll save it, and we'll save again, and there we are. We're back to our keyboard, and then we'll get to our list of amounts. We'll go back to the keyboard by hitting the X in the upper left-hand corner. Now we can charge that amount by pressing the blue charge bar. There we go. It says swipe to pay. You need to have your reader, because we do not want to manually enter anything because they charge us more for that, plus we assume more liability for that. So do not do a manual credit card entry. If it won't swipe, you need to ask them for another card. Swipe to pay, and just need to run it through. See, I didn't do it good. There we go. And it says authorizing and approved. Well, that just means that the card has been accepted. That will give you the signature line. They can go in and sign with their finger. If you don't like their signature, it looks kind of, like a doctor, like that. You can tap clear and ask them to sign more legibly. I'm not going to do anything here other than click the X button, because otherwise it'll charge my card $34.25. So I'm going to click the X, discard the payment. Now it discards this payment, but it doesn't discard the items. All right. So you could actually, in a situation where you've asked and found that, no, that's a little more than I really want to spend. And you probably ought to ask them a couple of times during the process, okay, is that total okay for you, before you get to swiping the card. But before they sign and press done, just ask them one more time, because if they need a refund, you're going to have to call me, and that's fine. I'll handle the refunds, and we'll take care of it. But it would be easier if we don't have to do any refunds. So now another thing you can do, if they just don't want anything, you press current sale up at there on that whole list of items. You could remove them one by one, just like that. Press confirm remove after you remove the item. But you could also hit this little drop down arrow in the upper right and clear all items, and then they're gone. All right, so let's see, I've reminded you to ask for confirmation that the amount is okay. I've asked you to check and make sure that the prices are right, shown you how to go back and correct them. how to drop an item if you want to, and how to clear all the items if they just don't want anything. So thank you, and I think that covers everything.